What's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna talk about a type of game that I found in the US, and I believe you can find it too, especially if you play 1-2 or 1-3. In the game I'm gonna talk about, I personally call it a fake 1-2, and throughout this episode you're gonna understand why I call it this way. This place is Windy City Poker, located in Chicago. It's a really friendly game, full of great people, and I believe that if you search well enough, you can find a game as good as this one around the area you live. Welcome to the Poker Prophet channel, the first poker vlog created to help you becoming a better poker player. I buy in for the max, which is 500. The game is a 1-2, and you already see an interesting thing here. The button, which is in my lap, is straddling every time to $10, and as you can see, the stacks in the table are pretty big. So people get to this game thinking it's a 1-2, but many hands, the game is closer to a 2-5 or 5-10, with people that are not so good at poker as the usual 5-10 field, or even 2-5. So I'm in the hijack with pocket jacks, button straddles 10, 2 callers. I'm gonna raise here. I raise to $50. Button, big blind, and limper call, so 4 players see the flop. The flop is pretty good, 7-7-9 rainbow. I'm losing mostly to trips, but there are not as many 7s in their ranges, so most likely I'm winning. They check to me, I see bet 115, around 60% of the pot. Button and big blind fold until the limper puts me all in for 317 that I have left.
You hit the 7 for real?
All in and no call.
He's got aces.
Yeah.
He misses the turn and river, and we win the hand. Stick around because we're gonna play a pretty interesting hand versus this guy in the future. Winning around $480 in less than 30 minutes of game. Next hand I'm in the hijack again with king jack offsuit. Button straddles to 5. You can see that we didn't play a single hand at 1-2. Small blind and big blind call. I raise to 25. Button and big blind call, so 3 players see the flop. Flop is a great one. King 3-5 rainbow. Most likely I'm winning this hand. Big blind checks to me and I see bet half pot. Only big blind calls, so we go heads up to the turn, which comes another king, and this king makes it less likely for me to have a king. So if big blind had a hand like pocket pair or some ace-5, 6s, 7s, 8s, even 9s, he would tend to call one more street here. He could also have a flush draw, so I'm gonna bet again. I go with half pot again, $80. I could even bet a little bigger in my opinion, something like 110, around 2/3 of the pot. He thinks for a while, but folds, and we win the hand. Winning around $600 for now. And I see 7-8 suited from the hijack again. Button straddles 10 again. Small blind and middle position call until low jack raises to 25. Here is a pretty clear call. There are times that I'm gonna 3-bet this hand, especially when there are not as many players in the hand and I feel like the open raiser range is wider than usual. But here, pretty clear call, and that's what I do. Button, small blind, and middle position call, so 5 players see the flop, which comes a pretty interesting one. Ace 10-9 with 2 clubs. I got open-ended. Maybe the jack is not good for me and someone has king-queen, and I gotta be cautious about that. But I'm in position, I have a good chance for the turn to provide me a great hand. Low jack bets $50, and here, clear call for me. I'm in position, having to call 50 for a pot that has 177. Even if I have, let's say, 6 outs here, this call is still profitable, putting into account the implied odds I have to extract value in following streets in case I hit my straight. So I call. Small blind calls as well, so I got even better odds now, and I don't think he would just call king queen. So most likely any jack or 6 that hopefully is not a club is gonna be a good card for me. Turn is a 7 of hearts. Now there are 2 flush draws in the board and I got a pair.
All in.
And small blind goes all in for a little more than $100. Low jack quickly calls and I just snap folded because I just felt it was not a good enough spot for me to call here. One thing you should remember is that in live poker, the players are right in front of you, and those players are human beings, and usually they can't provide you information about them naturally, especially players that are not as good at the game. So pay attention to them, Try to extract information from them so you can make better decisions based on their tendencies. If I'm playing against people that I don't know nothing about here, there's a good chance I'm gonna call. Cause maybe some of them has a flush draw, or I'm still running for 6 outs, let's say, for the straight. But here I just felt it was not a good decision to call, so I folded. River is one of the best rivers in the deck for me. I make a straight and there are no flush draws in the board. And small blind shows Jack 8. So he already had a bigger straight than I had. And low jack had ace queen, which I don't think is such a bad call because there were 2 flush draws in the board. So he could be running against a hand like open-ended flush draw only, or even top pair flush draw with the ace. But thankfully I folded in the turn and saved little more than $100. Next hand I'm on the button. No straddle this time, and I pretty much never straddle, just so you guys know. I usually rather have patience and wait for good spots, but I love when people straddle, especially in my left, because I have position pre-flop, and usually there are many limpers that open space for me to exploit them. Middle position raises to 12, high jack and cutoff call, and I see pocket jacks in the button. Clear 3-bet here. The question is how much. I 3-bet to $52, middle position folds.
It's unbelievable. It's 152.
Until the hijack 4 bets to $152. He has like 450 in his stack. It's kind of weird him to flat call and then 4 bet me. But still, I think it's a way better play to just call his 4 bet instead of shoving all in. But that's not what I did.
I'm all in.
Oh,
Man, you was low played and I have jacks here, man. Wow. Nice hand.
please don't hurt me.
Wow.
Damn it.
Wow. Wow. I have everything.
Unfortunately to him, I hit my set and give him a bad beat.
What did I tell you? I said don't hurt me, and you hurt me.
I would like to make it pretty clear that he's a great guy. He overreacted to this situation, but he's a really good guy. I really like him. So don't think he's a douche or anything like that, because he is not.
I thought you were talking to the poker guys, man. I never
Oh
want to
no,
hurt
I was
anybody.
talking to you were channeling the poker gods.
I love this dealer, man. His name is Justin, one of the best guys I met in poker inside the US. He's probably not watching this, but if he is, shout out to you, man. You're an amazing person, and it is a pleasure to me to call you friend.
Man, I'm really sorry for you.
Oh, that's poker. That's the way it happens.
Winning little more than $1,000. Next thing I'm in the low jack with pocket aces, button straddles 10, under the gun +1 calls, and I'm gonna raise here. I raise bigger than usual. I make it 55, trying to use my image in my favor by raising bigger here.
165.
Cutoff re-raises me to 165. What a spot. Everybody else folds, and we're playing pretty deep. Those stacks are not $100 stack. They are more like a $200 stack, so he has around $800 in chips. So I'm thinking mostly about flat calling or for betting something like 450s, 460. After considering my options, I decide to 5-bet him for 465.
All in.
Call.
All in and a call.
Wow, man.
I sort of figured.
Do you want to do it twice so we don't have the chance of getting... whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, let's do it twice. That's fine.
Yeah, it's better.
He shoves all in and I snap call. He agrees to run it twice, and that's what we're gonna do. First board is already rainbow, so there's no chance someone is gonna win. Second board, it comes 2 diamonds, so I have a slight chance to win, but the turn already makes it impossible for that to happen, so we chop. Winning little more than $1,100. Great session overall. Won this amount you guys are seeing in around 3 hours and 5 minutes of game. At that time, I was still a student athlete for my school, and I had 100% scholarship, so as you guys can imagine, that comes with a lot of responsibilities with the team. So I had practice in the other day like 7 AM. I love soccer, man, but it was a pain in the ass to have to stop playing so fast because I had practice in the other day. That's why I actually dropped out and decided to focus 100% in this channel. Most of you guys don't know about that, but I refused a scholarship of $50,000 a year to play soccer and keep studying economics because I just felt my time was more valuable focusing on the channel other than focusing on keep playing soccer and studying. It's a risky decision, but I believe in the long run, I'm gonna say it was one of the best decisions of my life. I'm really happy delivering content here to you. Hopefully content that helps you becoming a better player. And now this is what I do full time. So if you guys have any feedbacks, critics, or compliments, please let me know. I read literally all the comments you put here, the good ones and the bad ones. So if you have anything to say, don't hesitate to write it down in the comment section.
Nice play with you guys.
Take care.
Good night.
Raised to 16. 16 to play.
Hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. The mission of this channel is helping you become a better poker player and see